Hi, everybody. Welcome to Connie's vlog. I am not Connie Changjo. My name is Anthony Roh. I am Advancing Justice Los Angeles's Vice President of Programs. Happy to be here to step in for Connie this month, and actually really excited to introduce two of our staff here at Advancing Justice LA who have graciously offered to take time out of their busy schedule to join us and talk about themselves and their work with Advancing Justice LA.
Yeah, hi everyone. I'm Lindsee Bawahab, and I'm the Civil Rights Victims Advocate at Advancing Justice LA. So I work in the litigation department where we help people who have been discriminated against based on race, ethnicity, and national origin. And we provide legal assistance with regard to things like housing, employment, and discrimination. And my role in that whole thing is as a victims advocate, where I help people connect with community resources that they may be needing after an incident of discrimination or hate. And those type of things include like mental health care, counseling, government and city benefits, and also housing.
My name is John Kim. I'm the Program Director of Asian Language Legal Intake Project, shortened to ALLIP, and I've been the Program Director since April 2020. ALLIP is the gateway to Advancing Justice LA. We have 8 full-time staff handling legal intakes in 6 languages, including English, Cantonese, Mandarin, Korean, Thai, Tagalog, and Vietnamese. Most, if not all, of the cases for Advancing Justice LA come through ALIP lines. And ALIP operates daily live phone hours from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Callers will receive direct legal services, counseling advice, legal information, and referrals. When we provide direct legal services, ALIP advocates will complete legal intakes and provide language support as needed for the duration of the case. And in 2020, ALIP assisted nearly 4,000 callers. And out of those, we provided over 2,000 counseling advice and direct legal services. And for advancing justice, areas we provide direct legal services include citizenship application assistance, DACA application, family immigration petitions, family law, including divorce, custody, support, and domestic violence issues, VAWA U visa, housing and eviction defense, and immigration removal defense.
How can you and your team help community members when they encounter discrimination and or a hate crime or a hate incident?
hmm Well, I think what we can do to help with discrimination and hate crimes is we can really just start by outreaching those people, especially people who have come through our tracker at standagainsthatred.org. And after we've outreached those people, really provide a caring and listening ear when helping victims, also educating the community on anti-Asian discrimination and hate incidences and what the community can do to help us combat these things, and to just honestly stand up to any incident of hate that we see. And all of which I really think we're doing already, and that will continue to do.
A-Lip staff will be the first person the caller would contact when they contact Advancing Justice LA. And we take calls for people who want to report and get assistance for discrimination or any hate incidents. I guess it's getting better with all this media exposures about the anti-Asian incidents. So people have opportunity to get more information to how to deal with discrimination and the hate incidents. But still, many people don't know where to start when they face those types of situations. So that's where we step in, and when we get these calls that deals with hate crimes or hate incidents, we have resources available to provide them. And we also work closely with our impact litigation unit to provide resources for the victims, just like Lindsee here, and steer them to the right direction. It could be as simple as providing them with information of correct police stations to file a report, or it could be a counseling referrals. And in addition, our ALIP staff plays a role of being the face of Advancing Justice LA for their language and community. So they do outreach and try to do community education on how to deal or how to report these hate incidents.
So why is it important to have culturally specific resources for community members who have been victims of hate crimes or hate incidences?
To that question, I want to begin with cultural competence, which kind of goes into culturally specific resources. So cultural competence in general refers to the ability to honor and respect the beliefs, culture, languages, interpersonal styles, and behaviors of individuals and families receiving services. And every culture processes trauma a little bit differently. So it is important to have these culturally specific resources for Asian Americans. And these sorts of resources eliminate structural barriers and provide a sense of safety and belonging that studies have shown lead to better outcomes for people experiencing racism and discrimination. And culturally competent resources demonstrates multiple forms of meaningful community engagement. And this engagement is constructed within the cultural norms, practices, and beliefs of the community, which affirms the positive cultural identity, pride, and resilience of that community, therefore leading to better outcomes with whatever situation they may be experiencing.
And John, why is it also important that in-language services be provided to community members, especially considering kind of, the current climate of just what's been happening?
I think it was Gandhi who said a nation's greatness is measured by how it treats its weakest members. When I first started here at Advancing Justice LA, I was surprised to hear that there's so many calls coming in that show our immigrant communities struggle to get a simple legal advice or get pointed to the right direction because of their limited language access and resources. ALLIP often hear from our callers that there was nowhere for them to turn to get either help or information because they have limited English skills or limited economic resources. Simple things such as demanding landlords to fix the roof that's leaking with rain, or telling the landlord to stop harassing them to move out. Many callers didn't even know that landlord just cannot simply tell them to move out. And since they have limited English, they panic and they become very afraid that their landlord is kicking them out. Of course, a proper written notice must be provided, that in order for the landlord to tell the tenants to vacate. Some calls, they didn't even know landlord cannot just lock people out or turn off their gas or electricity. People didn't know that until we tell them. So this, and due to the pandemic, people are, mostly staying at home, and I guess, it amplifies, their interaction with the landlord and with the economic issues, difficulties. People have hard time paying rent, even though the law is there to protect them. Not many people don't really know, and landlords are taking advantage of, lack of knowledge or ignorance of the law. Our dedicated staff is out there, answering their calls and helping them understand their rights. And this warm feeling of relief is felt through the telephone lines. And when we tell the callers, no, that is not right, and here's what you can do.
So what can a community member expect if they were to call one of our toll-free helplines?
So when they call, like I said, we have a live hours from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. The callers will get a response. I mean, our assistants may not be the direct legal services, but they will get their issues assessed to. They'll have a listening ear, and they will get pointed to right direction. It could be a referral, or it could be a letter written on their behalf. What they will get is dedicated and compassionate staff who will listen to them and answer their calls.
And Lindsay, if a community member has been a victim of a hate crime, what can they expect if they were to contact Advancing Justice LA?
I would say people could expect very culturally competent and knowledgeable staff who are really dedicated to helping Asian Americans fighting injustices that they may be coming to, and just a staff who is very engaged and ready to fight injustices with and for you.
Thank you, Lindsay. Thank you, John, for taking the time to have a talk and to share. And for all of you who are watching this, if you do want more information or you need any of our toll-free ALLIP helpline numbers, you can find all of that information on our website, www.advancingjustice-la.org. Thank you all for coming here and joining Connie's vlog, and I'm sure she looks forward to seeing you all a month from now.